Hassan from Photoshop Art, and today it's Mohammed Hassan from Photoshop Art, and today I'm going to tell you guys that how can you create a professional golden shine on your picture, just like this. How you can create this. So I'm just dropping a layer underneath the current layer, which we are going to work on. For this, things we need to know is the property of shine is white. So we have to target the highlights, the brighter areas with white color, not too much or not too less. That's just that much that it suits the image. Now go to the layer adjustments icon. I'm hovering over it. You can see. Click on it. Go to hue and saturation. Take the saturation all the way to -100. Then what we have to do? Now we have to create a solid color to add highlights and the shining effect. Don't worry, we'll have the golden effect later, but now we're working with shine. Okay, now click on blending options, click on blend if. You can see the blend if and select that one underlying layer. Drag this slider towards your right side to show the results. Right now we have to focus on different areas with different layers. Right now we're focusing on the skin. Is it too much? Just drag it up a bit there, and it's still too much. So what we have to do, we just have to break the slider apart by using Alt or Options. Press your Alt key if you're on Windows, press the Option key if you're on the Mac. Just do like this. This is way better. That's good. Hit on OK. Now we just have to focus on this area, so we have to erase all the shine from the other area, right? Like from here and here, because it don't give the shiny look, it gives the oily look, something like it's oil painting, I guess. So we have to erase all of that. What we have to do, just press Ctrl+I or Command+I if you're on the Mac. Sorry. Then press the brush tool, press Alt, then drag your mouse downwards to make it harder and upwards to make it smoother. Right now we need a smooth brush, that's why we're using it. And then if you want to increase the size of the brush, press right mouse button and drag it to your right side to make it bigger, to the left to make it smaller. Alright, this will do the job for me. Now just paint over the areas. Just paint it. We are only focusing on the skin right now. Just paint. Just paint over these areas, as you can see. Now the shine is been created. Now we have to make several layers. If you wanted to skip this process, you can do, and if you want to know how I created all the layers, you can continue watching. Now simply press Ctrl+J or Command+J if you're on the Mac to make it a copy of it, or you can easily drag and drop right here to make a copy of it. Now what we need to do, we need to delete the mask. It's a very simple way to do this, that's why I'm showing you this trick. Otherwise there are many more ways to do this thing. Now what we have to do, we have to add another mask. Again press Ctrl+I or Command+I. Use the white color brush. You can toggle between white and black color if you want by using X, by pressing X on your keyboard, or by clicking on this arrow, these two arrows. Right now we need white color because we have to fill it. We don't have to erase it. So now we are focusing on the hand. Just on the hand. Once you've done this, Again, press Ctrl+J or Command+J. Delete the mask. Repeat the process. Add a mask. Click on this button. Press Ctrl+I. Now we have to focus on the shoulder. Again, the foreground color is selected white, and now what we need to do, it's not working properly actually, so we need to go to the blending options again, right click on the current layer, go to blending options. Now blend if. We have copied the layer, so the slider is already breaked apart, and if we created a new layer, the slider slider was not break apart. Sorry for my bad English. Just like that. Okay, hit OK. Once you're done, once you have satisfied, here's the before, here's the after. Now press X. We need to remove this from here. Okay, that's fine. Press X again. Make it a little harder. Then softly paint over this area. Now that's good. That's fine. Now what we have to do, so here's the before and here's the after. If you don't want too much highlights, you can always decrease the opacity. Alright, we were decreasing the opacity of the hand. We need to, okay, that's fine. That's, yeah, that's good. Just a little will do. Okay, that's one done. Now the highlighting process has been done. Now we're going to do this for the eyes. Just click on it, go to the again solid color, or you can just press Ctrl+J or Command+J to copy it. Delete the mask, use apply another mask, press Ctrl+I to invert the mask. Zoom in by pressing Ctrl and plus icon on your keyboard, or by using the zoom tool. Zoom out. To zoom out, the shortcut keys Ctrl+ and Ctrl-. Now we need to paint on the eyes. Simply take the brush tool, make sure the foreground color is white. This is what we call the foreground color. Don't get confused between these two things. Okay, now let's do this on the other eye. No, that's fine. And we need to decrease the opacity because it's too bright and we don't want that to happen. That'll work for me. Maybe a more. Yeah, that one. That's fine. That's good. Now what we need to do, we just have to now highlight the darken areas because we want the image to pop up. Just zoom in. Now we'll do the opposite of this. Go to solid color, select some color of gray. Maybe brightness should be 10 to 11 or 12. But if you use full black color, then it will not give you that results. Now again, go to the blending options. Now we have to drag the slider of this slider. We have to drag this slider from right to left to darken the areas. Now we have to break the slider. You've broken it. Take the slider, slowly taking it. We just have to darken these areas. We are not focusing on the highlights. We are focusing on the dark areas. Keep in mind, we're not focusing on the highlights. That's okay. Don't worry if it's too darken. We can simply reduce it by just press Ctrl+I again on the mask, Ctrl+I or Command+I on the Mac. Take the brush tool again, make your brush softer by pressing Alt and dragging the mouse pointer upwards. Drag the mouse pointer to the right to make it bigger. Or you can use the bracket keys on your keyboard. That's a shortcut key. Don't worry, if it's too dark, and we'll always change it later. From this we need to highlight these two areas. Except if we highlighted too much areas, we'll face difficulty after this. And we don't want difficulty in our process. Just add a little bit here. Now here comes the main part. Now what you need to do is press X to toggle between black and white and select white color and make your brush bigger and make it much more smoother, because right now we have to remove this area because it's too darkened. Make it more bigger. Yeah, that's final. That's good. Don't worry, we will. Here's the before, here's the after. Just a little bit from here. Reduce the opacity. As you can see, here's the before and here's the after. Now for this area, what we need to do, okay, make your brush smaller, fill the color in there, make your opacity just a little bigger. Now paint, remove, remove from here and there. Yeah, that's good. That's final. Have a look at it. Here's the before and here's the after. So now I need to work on this area. Just a tap over here. Yes, that's okay. Before, after. Before and after. Now we'll do the same things to darken other areas like the hand from here and here, then this area and this area. I'm skipping the process. I'll be right back after this. Have a look at it. Here's the before and here's the after. Now we just need to add some color lookups because we want to colorize it. So go to the layer adjustments panel. Again, click on the color lookups option. Now click and select edgy amber. It'll give the golden effect to it. Okay, edgy amber. Then again, what you need to do, again go to the color layer adjustments panel, click on color lookup, and this time you need to add late sunset. Now we don't want this too much, so we're about to decrease the opacity somewhere near 25. Here's the before, here's the after. Now as you can see, all we need to do now, we need to group the layers, but before we're about to add curves adjustment layer. This, the downward you go, it targets the shadows, the middle targets the midtones, and this targets the highlights. Now we need more yellowish color, so we need to target the highlights and a bit shadows, be some of the midtones. Now need to go to the blue. Blue is the opposite of yellow. Now we'll decrease the blues and we'll somehow get some effect of yellow. Now hit OK, press shift and go all the way down to the hue and saturation layer. Hold shift. After pressing shift, just click on this and you'll select it all the layers at once. Now press Ctrl or Command plus G shortcut key to make a group, or you can just press this folder icon, this file icon, to make it a group. Let's rename it golden reshade. Now after this we need to add a mask, and we will add a negative mark so that this golden area is only limits to the skin, and we need to limit to the skin accept everything. Press Ctrl I, invert the selection. Now maybe you people may need more of the darkening because I didn't darken up from the nose, so I'm going to do this right now. Press shift, hold shift, and just click on the mask to temporarily disable it. Now I'm going to this layer. I'll add delete the mask and oh, what happened there? Okay, right now we delete the mask. We need to paint over it right now. I don't know what is happening, but just choose a foreground color white and just paint over your skin. Okay, I'm not going to waste your time and my time of painting this skin. I've already done it. I'll show you that thing. But one thing I would like to say, after you've done this, take the blur tool and just dab over the areas to mix it well. Make sure first you select the soft brush all the way to 0, then you can easily paint these areas. Maybe you need, in some areas you will need a harder brush, but now we're using a soft one. To the areas where you can see the hairs, use soft brush there and just paint over the skin, all over the skin, all over the skin. Just paint it as accurate as you can. Then don't worry about if it goes outside of your skin like that. We can always fix it later by just pressing X, foreground color black, decrease its hardness, and just remove it from there. That's easy. Now I've done this already. I'm going to show you that thing. Oh, our picture is somehow, yeah, it should be right there. Okay, that was because our image was there, so that's why the skin did not paint it correctly, but you get the point. Now I'm going to delete this one, drag these two things on the above of this image, look up at the top, now just open a bit, and here when you first create the hue saturation layer, just increase some saturation, not too much, because if you get it too much, you will not get the results right. Like this, just a little one. Increase the saturation just a little, maybe right there. Look at it before, and here's the after. Some colors we need to decrease it. That is too much, it'll become too saturated. Now close the grip, add another color lookup layer, which is, I'll show you. Click on layer adjustments icon, click on color lookup. Now select crisp warm. Alright, what has happened? Maybe, wait, we'll delete it, select another one, color lookup, go with crisp warm. Alright, why is showing like that? Wait a second, I'll be back. Alright, somehow that was error in the Photoshop, but now it's okay. You can simply go to the color lookup and then add the color to your image. The filter name is crisp warm. Now have a look at it. Here's the before, and here is the after. You can see. So guys, thank you for watching, and make sure to like, subscribe and share.